recording too, so we've got that. And then everybody else, which everybody's pretty familiar with this, that we mute everybody so we don't get any back feed. So there won't be really any reason to unmute. Angel, are you still on?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I have my mute, that's why.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. And I think we have Gentry on too. Okay, perfect. So we just need to wait a few more minutes. Hi, Angel. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. It's going to be an awesome meeting. We have this incredible presenter today, Joe Melling. Very excited to have you guys hear everything that he has to say. Thanks for the message, Joe.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very good. So if there's anybody that we are recording this and we're just working through on the best format to be able to send it back out to our team. But if you would like to record it, there is the record button. I just have to authorize you to be able to do that. So if you want to shoot me a message under the chat function, then I can go in and select and give you the record option. So just shoot me a message and we can do that for you. We're just going to wait for just a couple more minutes. So Joe, it's exciting to see your team's growth.
Hey, thank you. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's very, very exciting to see what's going on and the success that they're having. I can't wait for you guys to talk about it today. We've already started to implement it into our team as well. And it's been having some great, great success. I think you've breached the barrier. The share barrier, right?
Yeah, no, not at all. There is no share barrier, is there?
There is for some. I think for all of us. We always have those hesitancies to share, right?
Yeah. It's an interesting thing because if we're stuck in a fear mentality or a scarcity mentality, right, then you're always afraid to share because you think if I share with somebody, then there's going to be less for me.
Right.
And we all have those thoughts and feelings and emotions at times, but I really just learned you have to break through that and believe in abundance, right? God created more than enough for everybody. The amazing thing in this type of a business is there's like 7 billion people roaming around on the planet. If you can find 3 that get excited, you can make $1 million a year. So why not help everybody, man? We can have thousands of people in Q Sciences making $1 million a year and not saturate the global population.
Well, and you know what, Joe, what I've been so impressed with the way you've grown your business is that you've been so helpful to help people in teams that aren't even in your downline. And that's what's so great about Q Sciences and the family unity that we have. Sometimes we get so caught up that, hey, well, they're not my downline. That doesn't really benefit me, and you've been this stellar example of that. I try and learn from your example to say, hey, if I can help everybody, then my business is going to grow tremendously. So we're going to get started. I'm working on allowing the recording. I've got several already that I've allowed. So Kim and my Denmark group, just give me another minute or two and I'll change that. I just want to introduce Joe Melling today. First of all, we're really excited for the growth that we're having in Europe. You guys have been doing a fantastic, fantastic job. And it's fun to see what's going to happen in July. I know that's kind of a holiday in Europe, so that just gives you more time to go out and share. we won't have jobs to worry about as much. But we're sure excited to have IBOs and guests from Denmark, Germany, Netherlands. I think we have some from Australia and Germany. So our reach is growing every day. But I wanted to introduce a good friend of mine, Joe Melling, who's been in the business now. Joe, I don't want to misspeak. How many years has it been?
I'm really full-time 7 years now.
Okay. 7 years, and part-time before that?
13 years. I've kind of been a student of the industry.
I'm going to call you a pro.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're incredible. And we're so excited. I've had a chance to interact with Joe over the last year and learned so much from him. He brings an excitement to the business and to Q Sciences. He switched from a different company where he was one of the top producers in that company, but saw the vision of Q Sciences and what it had to offer him and his family and his business. He was already doing quite well in his other company, but knew this was going to take him to new heights. But his concepts and plan is really a no-nonsense, very easy, very doable type of program and system that has really helped the company and has really helped overall our growth. So I'm going to turn the time now over to Joe Melling. Thank you for coming, Joe. And if you want to get started, that would be great.
Awesome. Thank you, Corbin, and thanks for that very kind introduction. And I'm excited to be here today with all of you. I've been hearing amazing things about what's going on in Europe, and certainly I love working with Corbin and Angel, and they've become very good friends of mine. And to me, that is the greatest benefit of this profession. That's what I love more than anything else. The people you meet, the relationship worth more than the money or anything else. I mean, we all love the lifestyle, but let's face it, there's a lot of things we could do to make a lot of money. We could all go to dental school like Corbin and become a dentist. And there's a lot of options we have to make money. So the real thing, friends. If we make friends, we spend time with friends, and we help friends solve problems, then we end up making a lot of money, which is really, that's my favorite thing about this profession. Can everybody hear me okay? If someone could
Yeah, you're doing great, Joe.
Thumbs up. Awesome.
Joe, yeah, we're doing awesome. Yeah, you're doing great.
Okay, cool.
Loud and clear.
Very clear, Joe.
Joe, and just make sure, and you're doing a great job with this. Go just a little bit slower, because our Europe team, they actually speak great English, but we tend to, and myself included, tend to talk too fast.
Okay, great.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I'm unfamiliar with this platform, but I love it, what I'm experiencing so far. So if you lose audio or something, someone wave at me, and so I know to stop talking and fix something. So I'm really excited. I love Q Sciences. The last 7 months for me engaging in this business has been the most professional, rewarding experience of my life. And I love it for many reasons. Number one, I've been on the product for about 2 years, and it absolutely changed my life. I love Q96. Since November, I've been on all of our products. I use pretty much every product Q Science has except Women's Vitalize, for obvious reasons, every day. And I love our products. And so that's been great. The friendships that I've made along the way have been incredibly a huge blessing to my life. But really, I chose to engage in Q Sciences from a business aspect because I saw huge potential in taking these products around the world. I was first introduced to Darren and Mark actually about a week after they launched the company. I was introduced to the product. I started using it. I started getting benefit from the product immediately. And right away, a good friend introduced me to Darren and Mark and thought, hey, if this product's working so well for you, you're going to want to switch to our company. But I was already involved with another company where I had a great organization in 12 different countries around the world. We were making great money. The business was growing. I was happy. So I just wasn't open at all to making a switch until last September. The company I was with kind of changed some direction in where they were headed. And that made me open the window of opportunity where I was looking for something else. And I really started looking at Q Sciences from a business standpoint, not just from, hey, I love these products. And when I spent more time with Mark and Darren, and then really saw what had been happening in Q Sciences over the previous 2 years, the way the company had grown, the products that they had added to the mix, I got really, really excited. And I thought, wow, not only is this going to be a great move for me, but everyone on my team, I could go to them and the story didn't have to be, I don't like what this other company was doing, so I went over here. The story could be, I saw something that's the most amazing opportunity I've ever seen in this profession, and that's really how I feel. That's the truth of what I see in Q Sciences. So it didn't have to be about something bad happening. It was just look at this amazing opportunity. And the story we have with our product and everything is just unlike what any other company has. And I know you all had Tony on the call last week, and you know the story of Q96. So I don't want to go over those details with you again today, but really what I looked at was I saw in Q Sciences some amazing products, an amazing company, probably one of the most well-managed small companies I had ever had a chance to look at and be affiliated with. But what I looked at was there's an opportunity here to simplify the message and create duplication and really explode this thing in a whole new way. And so my mission became, how do we take this amazing product, Q96, and really it's not just for people with mental illness or depression or anxiety or bipolar. It helped me with lifelong issues of anxiety and depression. Okay, that's why this product was so life-changing for me personally. But if you look at the research and the studies, you realize this product could benefit every single person on planet Earth. I honestly believe everyone on the planet would benefit from taking 4 capsules of Q96 every day. Whether they feel a difference or not, just feeding the brain the nutrients it needs to function optimally is going to be, if nothing else, preventative medicine. It's going to help people to not have challenges that they're going to experience if they don't do something in a preventative way. The obstacles I saw early on were that people were, sharing way too much information and playing doctor. And the great thing about our product is we have more scientific validation with the 15 different major universities that have run studies. We have more scientific validation than anyone else on the planet. But most IBOs were really wanting to educate people on all of that information. So the learning curve was pretty big to get people on the product. So I wanted to find a way to say, look, how can we help the brand new IBO, the brand new person, get customers and get new IBOs on their team in a very quick amount of time or a very short amount of time? How can I sign somebody up today and have them have an auto ship customer within 7 days? Now, the great thing is Q96, we have these 7-day starter boxes, okay, where somebody can try the product, go on it for 7 days, and we find that a great number of people, 7 days is enough for them to realize and know that they want to be on this product long term, and they'll choose to become an auto ship customer. So when you look at network marketing as a whole, or the direct sales industry, if you put yourself in the mindset of the brand new person that signs up today, everybody has three things in common. Okay, number one, they're signing up because they hope this product is going to work, or this opportunity is going to work, and they're going to be able to make some money. So every single person that becomes an IBO, they have hope. Number two, every single person that becomes an IBO, they have a certain amount of uncertainty, because they haven't tried the products yet, or because they've never done network marketing, or maybe they hope this network marketing company is going to help them financially, but they've tried 2 or 3 others and they never really made money. So there's uncertainty. Is this going to be the one that will actually work for them? And the third thing that everybody has is a little bit of fear, right? So I had been doing network marketing professionally for 6 years, full time, making a multiple 6-figure income. And it's what I did. And I had a certain skill set that I was confident that I could go be successful. Still, when I left my last company and came to Q Science, there was fear that crept into my thinking, right? Is this really going to work for everybody else like it worked for me? Is the comp plan, I've studied it, I think it's going to be way better than anything I've ever done in the past. But there's that fear of, what if I'm missing something? Or what if people don't align with the mission and the goal and the strategy and see it the way that I'm able to see it? So everybody, whether they're experienced or not, they all have those three things: hope, uncertainty, and fear. I believe that my job as a sponsor, every time I enroll someone, is in as short amount of time as possible, I need to replace their hope, their uncertainty, and their fear with belief, confidence, and trust. Okay, I need to help people know that they're in the right place, know that the products work, know that the compensation plan works, and know that the company and our team, we know what we're doing to help them be successful. So I've got to create belief. I've got to create confidence. The best way I know to create confidence is help a brand new person get a new customer or a new IBO within their first 24 hours. You put real money in their pocket within 24 hours or within 30 to 60 minutes, and they're going to have a certain level of confidence. Number one, that you know how to coach them. You know what to tell them to do that will actually yield them real results. Number two, it's going to give them, I want them to get confidence in the products, right? So I want to give them a product mix in their initial package that when they use the products, there's a very high likelihood that they're going to have positive results in a very short period of time. And number three, they've got to have confidence in the company. The number one way to get confidence in a company is for them to get money on their pay card or to get a check, to see that, wow, this company actually pays their IBOs on time and the reporting systems work and the back office, everything functions well. So I want to have belief, I want them to have confidence, and then the third thing is I want them to have trust. And the trust comes from, if I lay out a plan for you and I say, I want you to go do A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, follow these 6 steps, and you go out and you do those 6 steps. If you achieve a desired result, then you're going to trust me. When I now tell you to do D, E, F, 4, 5, 6, you're going to say, well, I did A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, and it worked. So I'll go do the next step. And we'll build that relationship of trust. If I challenge you to do something and you go out and you take action, but the desired result does not occur, then there's an immediate disconnect and an immediate distrust. So we developed a duplication model that from the very package we have people buy to exactly what we want them to do in their first 48 hours. Anybody who follows that system they end up 48 hours later with belief, confidence, and trust that this is the right opportunity for them. So we start with a business accelerator kit. And what comes in that business accelerator kit is, first of all, for your personal consumption, you're going to get our Q Essentials family. Because the very best thing you can have to build your business is a strong personal testimony that these products work. So in the Q Essentials family, we have all of our best-selling products. You've got the Q Biotics, the Q Aminos, the Q96, the Q Omegas. And then with that, you're going to get a pack of all 5 of the sprays. So people right away, immediately, sleep spray is one of our best sellers. And people can notice a difference in one night when they use that product. So if people take the Q Essentials family and all 5 of these sprays every day for 30 days, I'm convinced every person on the planet would notice something change in their health in a 30-day window. Something will happen in a positive way. So that's the personal consumption part of that kit. What else comes in the kit is 20 starter boxes of Q96, these little blue magic. What I'm going to do is help a brand new person expose 20 people to the product for 1 week. Okay, and then you also get 4 1-week samples of the sleep spray, because again, people notice the difference right away, so we want them to have a positive experience. Also in the kit, they get 10 of the Q Sciences DVD brochures, which they're going to use to guide people from exposure to exposure. And they get a health questionnaire to help people realize the results that they get by taking Q96 for the 7 days. So that's what comes in the kit. So the question is, now that we have the right kit that's going to help us achieve a desired result with a brand new person, whether they just want to get their product for free or whether they want to make a bunch of money, either way, those essential items are going to help them get started. Then in the back office, you can download this Hot Market System, 5 easy steps to getting started. It's just the entire system we're going to follow is on the front and back of one piece of paper. Okay, so when I start a brand new IBO, I'm going to sit down with them in their home, and the first thing, before I leave the house, I'm going to walk them through these 5 steps. Because that night, 1 or 2 hours later, I will have already replaced their hope, fear, and uncertainty with belief, confidence, and trust. And if I establish that in the first few hours of them being in the business, the likelihood of their success and them lasting as an IBO goes up dramatically. So what do we have them do? The first thing I do is I start asking them questions, and I say, look, we need to build a list of 30 names of the people that would most likely do you a favor. So I say, look, I don't want you to think about who needs our product or services. I want you to think of only one thing. Who would do you a favor that costs $20? If your daughter was selling Girl Scout cookies and she was about to win the bike for selling the most cookies, and you wanted to call a few friends and say, hey, will you please buy some cookies for my daughter if I send her over? Who would you call? If your car broke down in the middle of the night on the side of the road and you needed someone to come rescue you, who would you call? Who did you do a favor for, over the last month? Did you take anyone dinner or, help somebody move? Who owes you one, so to speak? But I just want your mind to go only to, nothing to do with our product, nothing to do with our company, simply who would do you a favor. And then you're going to send text messages. Now, the reason we use text messaging is we're changing to where people don't answer their phones anymore. When I was a little kid, if we were at family dinner and the phone rang, everyone jumped up to run for a phone, right? Because if you didn't answer that call, you had no idea who called. And then we got these things called answering machines. And all of a sudden, if we're at dinner or we're doing something, you would let the call go to an answering machine, because if it was something important, someone would leave you a message. Then we got caller ID, where you could actually see who it was calling. And now you let even more calls go to the answering machine, because if you don't know the number, why get out of the chair? So now, the other day I was at my parents' house, and there were about 25 of us in their family room, and we were all just sitting there visiting, and my parents' home phone rang, and no one moved. Not even my mom or dad. No one got up to go answer the phone. Because it's like, well, we can look and see who called later, or they can leave a message. But in today's world, upwards of 80% of calls go unanswered. Most likely you're going to end up in an answering machine. But text messages, 90% get read within the first 3 minutes from the time they were sent. So what we're going to do is we're going to immediately text these 30 people. And we're just going to send them 2 texts. The first text simply says, hey, Angel, can you text me back when you get a minute? I need a favor, and I think you might be able to help me out. Now, odds are, within 3 to 5 minutes, Angel is going to read that text. And if I'm his friend, he's going to immediately say, hey, Joe, what do you need? How can I help? As soon as he responds, I send the second text, which word for word says, thanks for the reply. I just launched a new business and I need a favor. Don't worry, I'm not asking you to join Laugh Out Loud. I have a goal I'm trying to reach in the next 48 hours. I have to find 20 people who are willing to buy a 1-week sample of an all-natural brain health supplement and give me their honest feedback. The price is just $20 and an amazing number. If you don't like it, I promise I'll never bring it up again. I'll even give you your money back. This is very important to me. You'd really be helping me out. I would really appreciate your support. Can I count on you to be one of my 20? Now, what I found is with a brand new IBO that hasn't talked to their friends and family and loved ones yet, when they send out those texts, if they send it to 30 people, on average, they're going to get 20 people to say, yes, I'll help you out. Right? So now they have 20 people trying the product for 1 week. Now, when I first started with Q Sciences, I bought a lot of these boxes and I just gave them to people. And here's what I know. When you get something for free, you treat it like it's free. So I have probably hundreds of these boxes that I gave to people that ended up on the top of refrigerators, in somebody's desk drawer, in a cupboard. They didn't spend any money, so there was no value to them. So they didn't even actually open the product or consume it. It just got exact opposite happens. When they spend, people actually consuming the product go up dramatically because they paid for it. The second thing that happens is I just had my brand new IBO spend $525 to buy this business acceleration pack. Then in the next hour or hour and a half, I help them text their friends and they sell 20 boxes. 20 boxes times $20. I just put $400 cash back in their pocket. Okay, now for most people that have joined an MLM in the past, they never recouped 80% of their initial investment in the first hour and a half or 2 hours. So where's the trust level they have in me as a leader and as a coach in being able to help them be successful? It's really, really high, right? Because I asked them to invest $525. Before I left the house, they already made $400 or recoup $400 of that $525 that I asked them to spend. So immediately they have confidence and trust that I know what I'm doing, that I can help them achieve a desired result. Now the rest of the process is simple. All they do is they get the boxes out, they collect the money. Over the next 7 days, they're going to text the people twice a day simply to remind them to take the pills. So I have a list of people that I have that are on a product, and at about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, I send out a text to everybody and say, it's Q time, it's time to take your Q, remember to take your Q. And then again at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, I send all those texts again. It's happy time, it's happy hour. Happy hour comes twice a day with your Q, remember to take your afternoon dose, right? And so I just send those 2 times a day for the next 7 days. Most people end up actually consuming and trying the product. On day 4 or 5, I send out what I call the magic window text. So I send them a text that says something like, remember your Q today. You're in the magic window where you should be feeling more focused, alert, calm, confident, and sleeping better. Hope you have a great day. Now, about half the time, people will respond to that text. And they'll either say, I'm not noticing anything. And I say, well, that's okay. Not everybody notices in the first 3 days. Give it some time. Keep taking it. Or they'll say, you know what, you're right. I am feeling a little bit more focused. What I want to do is start suggesting to them the positive things that hopefully they've already started to experience. And the great thing about Q96 is an amazing number of people, even if you don't send the text, will start calling you on day 3 or 4 and go, wow, what is this? I felt the fog lift. I slept good last night for the first time in months. So they'll notice something different. So then you just keep texting them. On day 7, you call them. Okay, you're going to call them and you're going to say, let me ask you a quick question. Which category would you put yourself in after using our product for the last 7 days? The group of people that have experienced better sleep, the group of people that are coping with stress better, the group that's feeling calmer, or the group that is feeling more focused and alert. And then just wait for their answer. Most people, when you give them a group of choices, they'll put themselves in one of those categories. As soon as they put themselves in a category, you would simply say, Angel, I know as you continue using the Q, the results will only get better and better. This 1 week, that's just the icing on the cake. That's just the very beginning. I don't want you to lose the momentum you're already experiencing with our product. So tell me, which is better for you today, to buy another week's supply for another $20 or to go ahead and buy a month's supply for $60? And then I just be silent. Okay. Now, what will happen if you go through those 5 steps? Out of 20 starter boxes with the correct follow-up, you're going to average 2 to 3 customers. And through that process, you're going to have 2 or 3 of your friends that say, wait a minute, you launched a business. Tell me what this business is. Or they like the product and they go, hey, I love this product. Tell me about the business. And the great thing is a lot of people are going to have confidence that they could do it because of what they experienced. All you did was send them a text, ask them to do you a favor, try the product, and they think, man, I could do this. If you invite people to come over to your house and they sit through an hour-long opportunity meeting, people are thinking, well, I may love the product, but I don't ever want to do what Joe just did because I don't want to get up in front of people. I don't want to invite people over to my house. But if all people have to do is text their friends, ask them to do a favor, try a product for 1 week and give their honest feedback, that's something that everybody can do. And so you're going to get 2 or 3 people that somewhere along the way start asking business questions. And at that point, your goal is to just guide them from exposure to exposure. You know, when they start asking questions, I send them to videos. You know, I have them read studies. I get them on 3-way calls with my upline. And then after they've done 4 or 5 exposures, I finally, and they're still coming back for more, still asking questions. Then I say, listen, I would love to sit down with you and answer all the remaining questions. when can we get together for coffee or Coke or lunch or whatever you want to do. My ratios are, when I sit down with someone one-on-one, 90% of those people join my business. Not because I'm a super good salesperson, because they're very, very interested, and I've guided them through 4 or 5 exposures, opportunities to learn more about Q Sciences. So by the time I sit down with them, they already know this is the right company, the right product, the right timing. I just have to fill in the details and help them work out the plan of how they get started and get their money back right away. Okay, so that's really how I do the business. So there's 2 goals for this hot market system. Number 1 is, as quick as possible with a brand new IBO, I want to help convert their hope, uncertainty, and fear to belief, confidence, and trust. And number 2, I want them profitable within 7 to 14 days. Well, they're going to get profitable in the first 48 hours just by placing the boxes. Not profitable, but they're going to recoup $400 of their $500 investment. Okay. After the 7 days, if they get 2 or 3 customers and 2 or 3 new IBOs that purchase that same pack, then they're going to be profitable in the business within their first 7 to 14 days. Okay. If you help people get profitable in 7 to 14 days, and you have a system that anyone can do and it can duplicate, then you can get real activity and a lot of growth in a very short period of time. And nobody has to be a product expert. Nobody has to know all the information that Tony taught you all last week about the product, because all you have to do is guide them to Tony. The people that really want to understand all the nuts and bolts, guide them to the information. But it gives you the opportunity to be the messenger and the director instead of the message. And as soon as that happens, you'll get real duplication and your business will grow. So, hey, I've taken the half hour that they asked me to be here. I would love to answer any questions, or Angel or Dr. Matthews, if there's anything you want me to cover beyond that, let me know. But I'm happy to stay as long as you guys have questions and answer any questions that come up. And I guess, oh, go ahead, Angel.
No, thank you, Joe. I really appreciate all your information. And to you guys, to let you know too, what Joe has been talking is amazing, because actually I went for myself and see the parties and see what people did, and to see the excitement that it creates, that in itself is priceless. But to see people that never thought that would be able to build a business, a teacher that never was able to feel, that she can do this, and she's getting yeses, like in few minutes back. That part show you that it worked, and it's amazing and it's great. And I'm telling you guys, if you didn't have a chance to go to see the boot camp, he explained to you more there, and the documents that you can print are in the back office too. And I'm challenging everyone to try. I be honest to you guys, when I went to St. George the first time, I thought I was okay, another, sales staff, and I was like, I will be here with you all supporting, but I start to see people, getting excited, texting, getting yeses. I was like, this is working. And I didn't know that Joe will send to you the text, already written. I start copying by myself from the paper, and it's hard. And I was like, you know what, it's worth it. And I did it, and I sent it to a few friends, and it's amazing to see the results. And when you think that why I have to copy word by word, because it's already been proved, the people will actually, will be very curious about what's going on. They were curious because my accent, my English, it wasn't that perfect, before in text, and now it was a complete long text that it was perfect. That means, Joe, I really appreciate your time and amazing training, and I'm very grateful that you're teaching us this, because I can see now the growth, and I can see that it's a hope for people, that they're always thinking, how can I do this business? How can I see the success? This is at the beginning of many things that we can do. And thank you.
Thank you very much, Angel. I appreciate that. And really really, it's true. You know, we're on a mission to change the world. You know, there's so many people hurting with some of the disorders that we can help with, and it's an epidemic worldwide. And, you know, it affects families in a negative way. And it's just so fun to be a part of this mission and this cause. And really, it's you know, that's what I consider it. For me, it's a mission. So I see a few questions coming in the chat. A comment from Eileen Romney. I guess everyone can read the chats, but she said she was nervous to do this initially, and when the responses started to come back, it was fun and exciting. And that's the transition we're talking about. You know, everyone that I've seen, when they see the text, the first thing people want to do is, well, that doesn't really sound like me, so I'm going to change it a little bit. I would encourage you, don't change anything. Because like Angel experienced, you know, some of his friends said, is this my friend? You know, because this doesn't even sound like you. And those responses are good because it means they're reading it, they're paying attention. You don't want it to sound like your day-to-day conversation. But everybody enters this with a little bit of fear. When I was first taught this hot market system, I didn't believe it would work. You know, I didn't think it would work. And when they sent me the text, I was like, I don't know if I want to send this. I would want to do something different. And then when I did it and I saw it worked, I was like, wow. And that's just like Eileen. Thank you for your comments. It's everybody gets a little nervous, but I can promise you, if you'll follow the system, all I need is 1 hour. Just do exactly what I asked you to do for 1 hour. And if your confidence and trust and belief didn't increase, go back to doing whatever you were doing before, right? You can throw it out the window and say, that's not for me. And that's great, right? But I really believe anyone that will send 30 texts within 1 hour, you'll have an increased belief, confidence, and trust that you're in the right company at the right time with the right system to make some things happen. There's a question, where do I get the health question report? Great question. If you type in your email address, I can send it to you. It should be loaded in the back office pretty quickly. You can also, if any of you are on Facebook and you're not in the Q Sciences or Q It Up secret group, friend Q It Up and ask to be a part of the secret group, or Angel can actually add you because he's a part of the secret group. But make sure you're a part of that because it is posted there as well. So if you're a member of the Q It Up secret group, it's in that area. That's just a part of Facebook where we as IBOs can send messages back and forth that the rest of the world won't see. Only people that are members of the group will see it. So we can ask questions and support each other without being all over the world. But I will send it to you in Iceland. And I've got your email, and Hannah's, I'm going to crucify your names, but yeah, I see your emails here. I'll make sure all of you that I email that to you right after the call. So are there any other questions? If there's no other questions, thank you so much for being here. I hope you'll embrace this hot market system and give it a shot. But more importantly than that, we're all one family. We're all one team. So I want to thank all of you. The excitement of what's going on all across Europe and Australia. I've got some teams in Australia as well. So excited to see some people from Australia here. But the excitement that you're creating is giving us all in the States here a boost as well. So welcome to the Q Sciences family. If there's anything I can ever do to help any of you, please don't be afraid to reach out to me on Facebook, or Angel can get you my contact information. But we really appreciate everything you're doing and to make the world a better place. The name of the Facebook group is, I'll type it in here. It's Q It Up Secret Group. And if we're not friends on Facebook, if you friend me, then I'll make sure, send me a friend request. When I accept it, I'll make sure you're in the secret group as well. If you go do a search for it, I don't think it'll show up because you have to be a member. But if you're friends with Q It Up, where you can tell Angel, send him on Facebook a message, hey, add me to the secret group.
I will send everyone that I have in Facebook an invitation for that. Thank you, Joe. We'll do that.
All right.
And I think we're getting a lot of emails, and you're
I'm gonna write all these down before I end this because I don't know if I'll be able to see them after.
I think I'm taking a picture over and I'll give it to you, Joe.
Okay, great. I'll send those out. Just give me about 10 minutes, folks, and they'll be
and what I will do is this. I'm going to send this to Elizabeth. That way we don't send it to everyone. Elizabeth, Tony, Frank, and some main people that they can give it to the group, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Send it to me too, Angel.
Tristan, yes, Hey,
well, I forgot you, so it's okay.
No, we never forgot you. No, I'm saying we'll send it to everyone, and I appreciate it. It's good to see you, Tristan, and I appreciate it a lot, Joe, your time, and I'll call you, Tristan, in a messenger in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.
So much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.